What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a unboxing, kinda, sorta, I guess, review of the M870 Tactical by Tokyo Marui. I actually ended up trading one of my guns to one of my friends to get the M870. Now, I've personally wanted this gun for a while just because shotgun. They did some modifications to the M870, so it's not going to look like the image here. And I think when I open this, the gun's actually going to be upside down, not upwards. So let's go right into this. So, there goes the phone. Like I said, it's kind of upside down, so they did a few modifications to this, as you can already see. They did an extension on the shell housing on here, so instead of being right here, you can add one additional shell. This doesn't really do anything, but you can store shells inside the buffer tube here. So he also added a cradle for the shotgun shells. Now, the problem that he said with the Cyma shotgun shells is when you hit the ejection port, they don't come out. You gotta like finesse it. And they got rid of the shell cover for this because I believe they had that adapter for the M4 mag. What does come in the box, surprisingly, he's left a few things in here. Normally he just gives me a box with just nothing. I mean, inside this you would usually have your one shell and your gas, I guess your gas block is what you would really call this thing. The gas block is currently in the gun. We'll get to that in a little bit, but when you open it up, you do have your detachable gas tank, and it comes just sitting in the box. Now, you get your little cease and desist and warnings and all that. So basically what it's saying is, even though you take the shell out, there's still a possibility there's BBs in here, so basically be careful. You can rapid fire this, so slam firing it, if you will. So basically you hold on to the trigger and you just keep racking it until you're all out of shells, or sorry, all out of BBs. No instruction manual, as per usual, I think. Well, we did leave the cleaning and unjamming rod. For those that haven't seen this, basically you just drop a bunch of BBs in here, take your rod, and you just slam them into the shells here. So this comes in, latches like it wants to latch in place, and you just hold that there and then just jam it in there. So basically you got yourself a muzzle loader in a sense. You do have your accessory box, which comes with your orange safety cap and your non-biodegradable 20-gram BBs. Going back to the gun, I did put the barrel cover on here, so what we will do is start from the butt of the gun and work our way forwards. So on the butt of the gun, the gas block actually sits inside here. You'll pinch right here and right here and pull that cover right off. This little lever here, you're gonna push that down. It's gonna pull the block right out. And for this one, we'll fill that up shortly. You do have your fill valve right there. So you do have a textured grip here for all your tactical coolness. You do have your one touch safety, and you have your ejection here, so you can see that moving, where this normally drops the gate and you see the little lever in there, and that's what drops the shell. So as an example, and that's that. So when you do have your sight picture up front, which is just a rounded sight picture, you can twist this to adjust your elevation, but it's a shotgun. Don't know how accurate you are going to be with this thing, but you do have your sling point here, and you do have a front sling point right up here. I don't know if he actually added this on here. He might have actually. I think the other sling point was actually on the little block here. I think this one is something he added to the gun. But you do have your Picatinny rail up here for your optics and other fun doodads. So your trigger, straightforward, pull that. Things about the business end, you have fun. And coming to this side here, you do see the Tokyo Marui made in Japan markings here. Your mock ejection port is actually where you'll find your adjustable BB counter right here. Sorry, it's hold it kind of funky. You guys didn't see that. So right here you do have your 3, and then the lighting's not hitting you, but 6 round up here. So this little switch here, you pull this back to 3, push it forward for 6. So every time you rack this thing back, it will load either 3 or 6 depending on how you have it loaded. On the barrel, you do have your markings that say Tokyo Marui Company Limited, made in Japan as well. Your front sight is just a white dot. That's all it is, just for your aperture. And so, again, to load it, drop the shells, rack it, fire, rack it, fire. There's no gas in here, I know. Safety first. So this is what he was talking about. You push that, and of course the shell would actually come out. When it did not do that when I was playing with this before, so maybe, oh, there it is. That does not drop. For some reason it's the SEMA shells, SEMA. Not all of them will drop. I mean, it could be the tape around these shells that isn't doing it. I think it's like a hit and miss. Yeah, I think it's a hit and miss. Unless, nope, just a hit and miss. What we'll go ahead and do is top this thing off with gas, and then you can hear how it sounds with a few dry fires. And if you would like to hear it again, it's the fun rack and that trigger pull. So it is not stiff. It is not a stiff trigger pull, but you do feel that release. So slam firing, and then just hold down to the trigger, and that's all it does. You don't hear it now, but we'll fill it. We'll put that there. Fill this thing with gas, just like any other mag. You want to go straight down into this hole, and you just keep filling until gas starts spewing out of it. We're not going to do that because I'm going to store this and play with it when the family's not here. So the inside, let me see if I can get the inside of this gun here. So you could see in there, that's where gas port and all that is. So the gas goes in that hole that you saw. This part will go in there, so it will slide in just like how your stock is, flat on top, then angle there. This will just drop right in, and once you push it, just hear that click and the slight psst. And we just push the butt plate back on. If I could, there we go. And get some iPro on. And rack. Move that cap, won't flying off. Hopefully nothing comes out of this thing. So that's all you get. You don't have any other loud banging noises. It's not as fun as gas blowback rifles and all that for the sound wise and sound purposes, but one thing you can do, rack, forward slam. It'd be cool if I actually did it right. Fire. So you could hear that slam fire. Hopefully it doesn't sound as awful. It's loaded shell. Nothing in here. That's just the lead, the follower, sorry. Drop that in here. Crack it. Maybe it'll make a louder boom. Nope. Still the same. Now, if you do want to take this thing apart, there are a few screws and bobs in here. Of course, take the gas ejection port out. There's a screw in here. I don't know if you guys saw that when the light was shining on it. You'll have to unscrew that. This key here, I think, unless it's a punch, can't really tell, but there are ways to take this thing apart. There are videos on YouTube for that. I, for reasons, obviously have not done so with that. Let me start getting this bit off, and I could show you how this works. So the sling mount, you just twist this counterclockwise, and then it loosens this, and it goes from sitting on the barrel to just being removed. This, I believe, you just spin counterclockwise. Yes, comes off. So it's just a empty tube just for decoration. This is spring loaded, so every shell you drop in there comes out. So if you have a bunch of other shells that you are storing, that holds only 2 shells, 3 shells. So it holds 2 extra, and then if you want to dump some in this buffer tube, I think this one holds maybe 2 extra as well. Nope, just 1 because it catches on the edge, that lip. So it'll hold 3 extra shells in the tube. Yeah, I'm gonna go get those later. Everything else is just dummy here. So this hole there, that's where the BBs load in and drop into the chamber, or sorry, go up into the chamber, and every time you knock this back, loads around when you slam it forward. Cool gun. Might have a lot of fun with this, especially when we are plinking. I believe this thing has 3 barrels. It might just have 2 barrels. Again, I don't have the instruction booklet for it. I am not going to flak myself, but I will point this at the camera and we can take a look together. So yes, we have 3 barrels inside this gun. If you are shooting 3 rounds, it is loading 1 BB per hole. And if you're shooting 6, I believe it does 2 BBs per barrel. Did I really say hole? But anyway, all in all, this is the M870 Tactical by Tokyo Marui. There is not much else I can really talk about on this thing. If there is something I am missing, please do let me know. Show you what the box says here. You can see there, it is telling you it is gas. Comes with a 3x10 shell, so holds 30 BBs, with the gas tank in the buttstock. It is not new, but when this gun came out, it was the new gas shotgun by Tokyo Marui, and they do advertise on this end here that it does go between 3 and 6 rounds. I would like to thank everyone for continuing to watch my videos. Even though I haven't done it in Japanese before, or in a while, I do appreciate if my Japanese followers are still watching. The breacher, I did do an unboxing of the breacher before. That was my very first unboxing, and I still continue to suck at doing these videos, but I do appreciate everyone watching. The one thing I did forget to mention is the backplate is plastic. Or sorry, the stock is plastic, and the receiver, so I think the receiver is a type of metal, but the actual buffer tube and the barrel is made of some form of aluminum, or aluminium if you will. The grip is actually made of plastic as well, and the Picatinny rail is made of metal. The breacher, or not the breacher, the 870 Tactical does come with the Picatinny rail, if I did not mention that already. It essentially resembles what is on the box there. If you did enjoy this video or any of my videos, I do appreciate if you leave a like, comment, sub. But if you didn't enjoy the videos, please go ahead, leave a comment, let me know what it is that I do need to work on. The algorithm doesn't really tell me much, and most people that don't like my videos don't really comment too much, but it does help me figure out what you as an audience prefers. So probably make them shorter too. But thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.